We say Spider Loc gave Black Wall Street a pass today. So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What? You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loc, Most Easty, a.k.a. BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen. Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Smackwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my SPI, Spider Loc. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. And today we got something, well, I gotta say, kind of interesting on the menu. The Chicago Latin King that stabbed R. Kelly. The channel is Drillers 247. So with no further ado, let's see what R. Kelly and this Latin King has been up to.
Lawyers for singer R. Kelly have filed a motion asking for his immediate release from prison. They say there is a clear and imminent threat to his life. Lawyers claim there's an effort to kill Kelly to cover up government misconduct. He was convicted in 2021 on multiple charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking. R. Kelly currently being held in a federal prison in North Carolina. His lawyers want R. Kelly released on home detention on a temporary furlough. We reached out to the Bureau of Prisons and the U.S. Attorney's Office for comment.
They called him dangerous, but not because he attacked R. Kelly. That was only the tip of something much darker. In a cramped federal jail cell in downtown Chicago, R&B singer R. Kelly was brutally assaulted while sleeping. The attacker, a man the world barely knew until now. His name is Jeremiah Farmer, a former Latin king, a convicted murderer.
Black celebrities, high profile, two for the Latins. R. Kelly, Tory Lanez.
A man claiming he was forced to attack R. Kelly to get the world's attention. But why? What was he trying to expose? And how far was he willing to go to be heard? This isn't just about R. Kelly. This is about murder, corruption, and the message written in blood.
R. Kelly is spending more time in prison after being sentenced federally for child pornography and enticement of minors for sex. He got 20 years in prison today. He will serve all but one of those years simultaneously with a 30-year sentence for racketeering and sex trafficking. The judge ordered Kelly to serve 1 year in prison following the racketeering sentence, making him eligible for release at around the age of 80.
R. Kelly recently got stabbed in prison.
Oh, he was stabbed and wasn't beat up? He wasn't beat up?
Type of shit that got R. Kelly in jail for, they say by 80, that thing probably won't even be written and ready to do all that. So they trying to wait till that thing get wore out till they let him out.
Well, he was beat up and apparently stabbed like with a pen.
Wow.
Just think, a couple years ago, he was touring the world. He was making royalties off his records.
Yes.
Beautiful women were throwing themselves at him.
Yes, they were. Yes.
You know, he was wealthy. He was living in big homes and had women in Trump Tower and all types of other places.
Yes.
And now he's sitting in a cell getting beat up and stabbed with a pen.
August 26, 2020. Inside the Metropolitan Correctional Center, R. Kelly lies sleeping. Outside, the world is locked down from COVID-19. Inside, Farmer is pacing. According to prison records, he disobeys direct orders, walks into another unit, and storms Kelly's cell. Within seconds, he's on top of the Grammy winner, pounding him, no diddy, fist to head, torso, over and over. A staffer tries to intervene. He's ignored. Only pepper spray stops the assault. Later, Kelly is placed in solitary confinement. Farmer is relocated, but the motive, that wouldn't be revealed until weeks later. In a handwritten legal motion titled, "The Government Made Me Attack R. Kelly," Farmer confessed. He claimed it wasn't personal, it was strategy.
Tonight, an inmate claims he snuck into R. Kelly's jail cell to attack the singer. This is Jeremiah Farmer, who claims.
That's deep. He finna set precedent for all celebrities incarcerated. If nobody never thought of this, the way to get attention, this is a way to get attention. Woo-wee. P. Diddy beware.
Claims he was forced to beat the Grammy winner. Kelly was asleep in his cell at Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center last Wednesday when he was attacked. Farmer, in jail for racketeering conspiracy, lays it all out in this appeal to the Seventh Circuit. Farmer writes he was, quote, forced to assault hip-hop and R&B singer R. Kelly in hopes of getting spotlight attention and world news notice to shed light on the government corruption, end quote. R. Kelly is behind bars facing dozens of sex abuse charges, all of which he has denied. Kelly's attorneys have repeatedly asked for the singer's release while he awaits trial. So far, all those requests have been denied.
Attorneys for R. Kelly confirmed the singer is now in solitary confinement in a downtown federal prison after an altercation earlier this week. They say he was moved there for his own protection, not as punishment. The singer's lawyer says that Kelly was targeted by a fellow inmate at the Metropolitan Correctional Center. The R&B star is in federal lockup, awaiting multiple trials on dozens of sex crime charges.
Farmer's motion reads like a plea for help and a warning. He says he was forced into the attack to expose blatant government corruption, that lawyers had conspired against him, that justice was out of reach. He couldn't access legal files.
Like he was on some 1090J.
Couldn't make copies, and no one was listening. So he took aim at one of the most famous inmates in America, hoping the world would ask why. But few did, and what most missed was that Jeremiah Farmer wasn't just any inmate. His past is soaked in blood. June 25th, 1999. Two men lay dead inside Calumet Auto Rebuilders in Hammond, Indiana. Their bodies battered beyond recognition. Marion Laurie, 74. Harvey Seegers, 67. Their skulls shattered by a hammer. One had his eye torn from its socket. The police were baffled until a single clue changed everything. A pair of distinctive sunglasses found near the bodies. They belonged to Jeremiah Farmer. Witnesses described seeing a man flee the scene. Blonde, white, fast. A sketch was drawn. The face unmistakable. To some, the message was clear. This wasn't random. It was a warning. And it came from the Latin Kings. The Latin Kings, one of the most feared gangs in America, known for strict codes, brutal enforcement, and absolute loyalty. Initiation meant blood. Staying in meant obedience. Leaving often meant death. Farmer joined in the 90s. He sold drugs, committed assaults, and bragged of leadership within the gang, even from behind bars. He beat a man with a brick to fund gang operations, used a crowbar to silence a suspected snitch, shot up a house just to make a point, and yet none of it made headlines until he touched someone famous.
The Chicago police officers are accused of helping the Latin Kings simply terrorize the people of the city's far southwest side, southeast side, and Indiana, carrying on brazenly criminal activity while wearing the uniform of those who normally act heroically every day. It could not have been easy for Chicago's top cop to be upbeat about a multi-state takedown of alleged gang members, not when two of his guys, retired officer Antonio C. Martinez Jr., who lives here, and Alex Guerrero, who was on duty when arrested and also lives on the far southeast side, are alleged to have helped them steal money, drugs, and run a criminal enterprise.
How much of that is really going on in law enforcement, y'all think? Or everybody just revere, worship, respect, honor, and love the police?
It's unspeakable. It's something that we cannot tolerate. And it reminds us that we need to redouble our efforts to ensure the integrity of all of our officers.
U.S. Attorney for Northern Indiana David Kapp unveiled indictments today from a grand jury that allege 15 members or associates of the Latin Kings conspired to run drug and weapons rackets and killed at least 19 people in the Chicago, Northwest Indiana area.
In Farmer's own words, the R. Kelly assault was not about violence. It was a desperate signal flare. He claimed every legal path was blocked, that the system was rigged against him, that he had evidence of corruption but no platform. Attacking Kelly was his way of cutting through the noise.
Shit, all you had to do was hit up 1090 Jake. Jake would have blew the whole shit up. Shout out Byron Blake.
To force eyes on his case. But did it work? Not quite. A judge denied any attempt to use the attack as leverage. The courts moved on, and Farmer was sentenced to life in prison for his earlier crimes. Kelly, meanwhile, remained behind bars, his own legal troubles far from over. Farmer was once again silenced, but not forgotten. What do you make of a man like Jeremiah Farmer, a cold-blooded killer, a product?
I know Jeremiah Farmer do not sound like no Latin name whatsoever. Oh, my mama, or should I say, on mi madre.
Of the streets, a desperate inmate with nothing left to lose. Was his attack a calculated stunt, a deranged cry for attention, or something else? In the end, we're left with a haunting picture. A gang.
Is he walking to court from the street? Is he some of his last free moments? Or he just got street clothes on walking through the court building? No, he must be a free man. And I wonder if he realized these are some of my last free moments breathing free freedom air.
An enforcer turned jailhouse assailant, a celebrity victim whose fame turned the spotlight for just a moment. In a justice system where truth often hides behind headlines.
R. Kelly loses another appeal. Today, a federal appeals court upheld his conviction on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Kelly was convicted on those federal charges in Brooklyn in 2021. He was also convicted on federal child sex charges here in Chicago in 2022.
All this crying for his safety and fear is going to cause him to be so isolated that he's going to go crazy. On my mama. When you was only convicted in 2022 and you got 20, 30 years to do, 2025 make you feel like, ooh, this is true. He's just now realizing it's the reality of his situation. He's going crazy. He wants out bad. Watch what Diddy do. Suge, at least he was kind of used to prison, so, but you still see now it's finally wearing on him. He's saying all type of wild, crazy shit. They putting people who used to sleeping in $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 beds in prison, where they sleeping on the baking pan. Whoo, it's a big drop off.
Was convicted in federal court in New York of racketeering conspiracy charges. The disgraced singer is not eligible for release until the year 2045. Of course, this is a story we will continue to follow. Terrence and Sylvia.
One man's hammer shattered more than skulls. It cracked open a chilling look into violence, loyalty, desperation, and silence. This story isn't just about R. Kelly. It's about the man who hit him and why. Alright, y'all, there y'all have it. That's the crazy story of Jeremiah Farmer, the Latin king that stabbed R. Kelly with a pen. Hey, man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we out here trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!
Casey. Colors on deuces or the Benz on Forgiatos. 24s to be exact, ain't worry about no potholes. Bulletproof the windows and add some tints on it. A stash spot for the 40, they ain't gon' find nothing. In the lanes with my low, sipping Moet. Don't need your GPS, I got it, cuz go left. Don't take opinions from no nigga that ain't no help. We stack the handguns and put the old ones on the shelf. I had to learn to play the cards how they dealt. My bitch did a nigga wrong and she left. I ain't complaining about that shit, I was like, well, I get a new bitch. Now she calling asking me who I'm with. I'm on some new shit, everything brand new. She asked me why you got me blocked, I'm like, I had to. Call me out my name saying you sad, bitch, you sad too. And always acting like you perfect, who the fuck is you? The suede Puma's all blue, she love a nigga swag. In a box of Louis V, I'm in a different bag. We ain't the same with different ways, so I'm in a different class. And when I get mad, I let her squabble up like Trinidad. All facts, I'm the truth, you niggas cap. Tell the police everything, but they gon' lie in y'all raps. We on that bullshit, we don't give a fuck. In traffic with it on my lap, it ain't tough. This game will never be the same, there's no trust. Give a fuck about your Drake, we got them too. They not like us, don't do too much, cause we'll pop out and show niggas. It might be a truth, but we ain't clicking up with no niggas, nah. Hotel suites, we on the top floor with it, y'all. And stand 10 toes down, they be hoping I fall. But I'm a ball, like Kobe in the last game. Mafia live from the max down to the mains. Trey 5 Siete, rearranging nigga frames. Never start shit we can't finish, we play no games. I'm from the Double M gang, they know the business. The crippin' running my veins, I'm born with it. Yeah, that, nigga. Free baby psych, nigga. Free bad news, nigga. Free tiny dub. Yeah, that. We in this motherfucker, nigga. Mafia crib. Yeah. Spicy blue, little freeze, what's happening?
Nigga Nip Hustling. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
It's Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the fuck?
My nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke. Spider Loke, huh? Nate Blood on Hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.